stock moves. Just looking at some names, by the way. Just pull out the chart of Shree Renuka Sugar. Just the last few minute chart of Shree Renuka Sugar. That stock is up 13.5%. And big moves happening on that stock right now. There it is. And most of that move has happened post 3 p.m. Mayuresh, hi, good afternoon. Any views on Shree Renuka?
Afternoon, Anuj. No, I think the general theme that has been driving sugar stocks, including Shree Renuka, obviously has been the ethanol expansion that most of these players have been undergoing. And with ethanol expanding at a significant rate and capacity as well, we're probably looking at realizations improving quite significantly. On the other hand, on the international scenario, what you're looking in terms of the Brazil crop and the international prices per raw sugar, along with what we've probably seen both in terms of the MSP and the FRP prices when it comes to sugar here. I think the sugar inventories for the next sugar season as a carry forward should be far lesser than we've probably seen in the last 2 years. And with the ethanol mix, both B and C variants as well, and better realizations, that is effectively going to play out very, very positively in terms of their balance sheets as well. So I think all these factors probably aiding sugar stocks, including Shree Renuka as well.
I mean, Mayuresh, hi, afternoon. Thanks very much for joining in. What else is on your radar, Mayuresh, in terms of things that one can bet on from here on? I mean, we've seen a very sharp move, and as Gautam Dugar of Motilal was also telling us, I mean, valuations are punchy across the board, so you have to have time on your side, a slightly longish view from here.
Well, absolutely. Afternoon, Prashant. No two ways about it. So I think the two themes that we have been consistently pursuing are capital goods and hotels and leisure as a space. Yes, valuations have become a little bit expensive considering longer-term averages, but I think these two themes should work wonderfully. I think out of these two themes, the ideations that we've got at MarketSmith India, action construction equipment is something that we like from the capital goods equipment theme. Cranes, obviously a significant component in terms of their top line. Construction equipment, agricultural equipment, and material handling substitute almost 25-30% of the remaining revenue. Balance sheet looks very, very strong, cash on books. You've probably seen top line growth improve in this quarter compared to the COVID period last year as well, with margin expansion happening from 10.1% last year to 12.55%. Now, in that transcript, and as we obviously know, I think the kind of capex that will come through, whether it's ports, roads, highways, housing, is going to be quite significant, and equipment manufacturing players, including ACE, are going to benefit quite significantly. No significant capex and sufficient amount of land on their books. So I think action construction is something that we continue to. The hotel and leisure theme, or unlock theme, still continuing at a very, very rapid pace in terms of price movement across stocks within this space. But Mahindra Holidays is something that we still continue to like at MarketSmith India. Specifically, I think what management has alluded to in their results as well. Significant expansion in terms of rooms. Member additions have been very, very strong in northwards of 3,800, cumulative base at 4,70,000. Cash-rich balance sheet at 1,172 odd crores onto their books. PBT margin expansion to 15% from 10% a year back. And obviously, I think all these factors leading to operating leverage in terms of strong earnings delivery and all the parameters that we probably track. I think because they're similarly priced, I think we've got a risk management strategy in terms of stop losses, because that's what we do at O'Neill of around 260 or 260.
Got it. It's now to around 217, so keep an eye out on a few of these stocks. But before we wind down, Mayuresh, I wanted to ask you about Granules. Are they selling or not? Well, the promoters say no. Some part of the street says yes. But the stock today particularly has come in for a hard knock. Any view on that name?
Afternoon, Nigel. No specific view. I think it's biased and is based on a lot of news items that is probably moving around it. But again, I think within this space, the large cap name, like we discussed a week back as well, I think CIPLA is still something that we'll continue to like. Yes, I think repeat observations seen at its Goa plant. But we still believe that the product portfolio that they probably have, the complex inhaler, and the time launches that they probably got for the same, along with peptides, which is a good high margin business for the company as well. And I think successful resolution in terms of these three repeat observations should augur well in terms of both margin expansion that can probably happen, that has been lagging over the last few quarters, and expansion in terms of earnings as well. So no specific on Granules, but CIPLA as a global view is something that we like.
Okay. Lastly, Mayuresh, are you buying this dip in Canfin Homes?
No, not really, Anuj, not at this point.
Okay, any other stock that you like in this space?
So within the NBFCs, AU Small Finance Bank is something that we like. I think it perfectly fits the cancelling parameters and the O'Neill methodology as well. Strong AUM growth. You've probably seen GNPAs, NPAs come down to 1.96, 0.56 as well. Strong addition in terms of the CASA ratio, because if you probably look at the TD ratio along with the CD ratio at 39% and 89% as well, that augurs really well from a balance sheet perspective, and very, very strong return ratios, 1.5% ROAs and 14% ROEs. So I think something from the product.
Mayuresh, thanks a lot. We will let you go on that note today. Thanks a lot for joining us.